How do we know that we know something? When we learn something new, we think about it, practice it, and maybe even explain it to another person. But how do we know when we have an understanding of something? What is the difference between knowing and understanding? Even trickier, how do we know when our students understand something we have taught them? There is a difference between knowing and understanding, and that is what we are going to investigate today. When we say that we know something, we can usually restate facts and bits of information about a subject. For instance, I can say that I know that a car runs when I put gasoline in the tank and keeps the engine well oiled. But do I understand how the car works? Not really. This is similar to a student who knows something, let's say, about her multiplication tables, but she does not have the background knowledge to understand what she is really doing to arrive at her answers.
3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 5 is 15.
How do you know all that?
I just do. I know it by heart. 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times 7 is 21.
But what does that mean? 3 times 7 equals 21?
It just does. That's what I learned. 3 times 8 is 24.
I know what it means. I counted to 3 7 times and then added all those numbers up.
See?
I can do it the other way too. 7 times 3 equals 21. I can count to 7 3 times and then add all those numbers up and get to 21 again.
Are you sure 7 times 3 is 21? I'd have to do my 7 times tables to make sure you're right. 7 times 0 or 0. 7 times 1 is 1.
Wow! You mean 7 times 1 is 7?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but wow, I get it. Doing multiplication is grouping things. I can group any objects and count them using multiplication instead of counting them all one by one. Cool. Exactly. Now you understand.
Wow.
As we saw, the first student had knowledge of her multiplication tables, but she knew them in one context only and didn't have the understanding of what she was actually doing in the operation. Whereas the third student not only knew her multiplication facts, but could also explain how she arrived at her answers. She understood what she was doing, and she could explain it to a friend. She acquired the meaning beyond the facts. Understanding is a mental construct that allows us to make deeper sense of what we learn, what knowledge we acquire. But understanding also requires the ability to transfer knowledge we have gained to novel situations.
Add 2 cups of flour, 1/2 cup of sugar, and a 1/4 cup of raisins.
Hey, I just found out that we're going to have more people come to our party than we thought. You need to make 3 times as many cupcakes.
I have to make 3 more cupcakes?
No, make 3 times as many cupcakes. Just triple the recipe.
I don't know how to do that. I will have to make the recipe 3 times.
No, just use your multiplication tables. Let me see the recipe. Here, 3 times 2 equals 6 cups flour. 3 times half cup equals 1.5 cups sugar. And 3 times 1/4 cup equals 3/4 cups raisins.
Wow, that's amazing!
The second student clearly had a deeper understanding of his multiplication tables, as he was able to use them in a unique situation. He was able to transfer the knowledge and use it when he needed it. But we need to make sure that when we teach, we aren't teaching new knowledge in isolation. We need to make sure that we offer a viable way to see evidence of the student learning. If we train the students to give pat answers to questions to show proof of meeting a particular content standard, then the student will lose the important ability to transfer the knowledge to other content areas.
What are the 3 types of rock?
Igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic.
Good. Where do we find igneous rocks?
Oh, near volcanoes!
Nice. Now, fill in the blank. Every rock has a...
Wait,
No. Face. Remember, I told you this last Tuesday. Every rock has a...
every rock has a story.
Right. Good job.
In this case, the teacher created an assessment that would prompt the students to recite the correct answer to show that they have learned the required content. But there is no transferability to the students' knowledge. They can only recall the answer in the context the teacher provided. We also need to remember that we can learn from misunderstandings that the students acquire. When a student offers an answer that is not correct or is skewed a little bit, we can use that information to help get them back on track and have a better understanding.
So, Chernobyl, a Russian nuclear power plant, exploded in 1986, and the fire was too hot to send people in to put it out. And it was unsafe because of all the radiation. What could we do to get the fire under control instead of just letting it burn until it runs out of fuel?
Oh, we could have fly a helicopter and dump water on it.
The fire was so hot, the water would evaporate. We could fly a helicopter and dump sand on it. Pretty good. But if it would be too much radiation to have people in the helicopter.
Oh, I've got it. Send the helicopter and have the people wear cockroach skin suits while they dump the sand.
What?
Cockroach skin suits. We learned that after a nuclear war, cockroaches would be one of the only species to survive. The people could wear cockroach skin suits to protect themselves.
Lamb, you need to wake up. Oh, it's not the cockroach's skin that will protect them from the radiation. It is in the cockroach's DNA.
By using a backwards design to create lessons, we can work to try to thwart misunderstandings and create ways to teach information in a way that will allow the students an opportunity to learn new knowledge with deeper understanding.
Now we understand